Hey, good morning viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm the AvantGarde Triathlete, and if you're new here, you're probably like me, an average Joe, an age grouper, someone who's trying to get into the whole swing of things. So today, I'm going to give you the lowdown on what it really costs to do a triathlon. And depending on where your goals are, how competitive you are, this price varies considerably. So sit down before you fall down. When I saw the running figure of how much I've spent currently and my projected costs, it's staggering. And just to get this out there, that you can do triathlon on a budget. It is possible to really get through on the bare minimum. You don't need the super fancy equipment to make you aerodynamic and fast and blah blah blah. You don't need that for you, especially in the beginning when you're just getting into triathlon. You would probably just need a set of goggles, your jammers, whatever you're going to be racing in, like a tri suit or something like that, your bicycle that needs to be able to carry you all the way to the finish, and a decent pair of running shoes. Once you have those, you technically are able to do a triathlon. But this rabbit hole gets quite deep. If you're competitive, which this sport really makes you, it really pulls out the best of people. It makes you competitive, it makes you want to go faster, it challenges you. In so doing, the cost increases because obviously you're going to want to upgrade certain things. And everything is upgradable. Even your damn shoelaces are upgradable. So this video is going to break down the actual costs, and I've had to put it into categories so it's a lot more understandable and it actually makes more sense. So you'll have your training costs, you'll have your gear costs, your racing costs, nutrition costs, coaching, that sort of thing. So all broken down into this video. I hope it actually helps you guys, because when I was looking for an initial setup cost of triathlons and stuff, I struggled to find videos like this. People used to say it's quite expensive, but they wouldn't tell you what expensive really is. Also bearing in mind, I don't have the fanciest of everything. I've got working wheels and pretty much everything that gets me by. I stick to a budget every time I race. So the prices I'm going to give is what it personally costed me. It will be different for you guys depending on the gear you want and how what your budget is, how deep your pocket is. Okay, so stick around, and this is going to be a bit of an eye-opener. Oh, and another thing, people also say that it's too expensive of a sport. But bearing in mind, this is 3 disciplines that you're working through. It's 3 different sports in one. And the big question is it worth it? God damn, yeah, it's worth it. This over here is going to open a lot of doors for you, a lot of challenges, bring out a better, stronger, faster person in you, and it teaches you a crap load of discipline. And to me, that is priceless. So stick around and check this out. Well, if you're lucky enough to train in the great outdoors all the time, lucky you. The rest of us, we have to pay gym fees, and that is another cost that we can't really do without. So yeah, it's one of those things. Hey, so back to the cost. The bike I'm on is a Merida Warp. It's a TT Tri 3000. I picked it up second hand for 19,000. So a new one would have been roughly about 45, somewhere around there. So to start off a triathlon, you don't need anything fancy. You don't even need a TT bike. You can get away with a regular road bike, mountain bike even. Not necessary to spend a lot of money on it. Obviously, as you progress and get better, you want to get faster, you upgrade. Fine, then do it. So not necessary, but anyway, on the bike is a world of accessories that could set you back quite a bit as well, depending on what you want to put on there. I would suggest a bike computer, something that will be able, that will help you with reading your speed, your cadence, your heart rate that's on the bike, so you don't have to keep looking at your watch and that sort of thing. Those, like this one over here I have, this one's a Sigma Rocks, it's the 11. It works, it does what it's supposed to do, it's not really fancy, but it does what it's supposed to do. That one was about 3 grand. I actually picked it up on special, so it also came with a heart rate monitor. If you get a watch, like one of these like super fancy watches that actually tracks your heart rate, you don't need a heart rate monitor. However, they are much more accurate than any optical sensor. So picking them up, depending on how much you actually want to spend on it. These normal Wahoo ones are about $1,000, but they are kind of fancy. You get the Wahoo X, which is more. You get Garmin Tri monitors, the Polar one. This one actually came with this watch. I am a metrics guy. I like the accuracy, so I always wear a heart rate monitor if I'm doing this sort of thing, especially in the training that's kind of hard, like today's one. I would use an actual heart rate monitor. This will tell me exactly what zone I'm in, if I need to start pushing harder, softer, whatever it is. Okay, so that would be on the bike. On the bike itself is also pedals. Pedals will set you back anywhere from $400 up to $1,000, I guess. Mine I actually got for free from a friend. Thanks, Pete. Shoes. Shoes also vary in prices. My ones are the gyros, actual road bike shoes. Those ones set me back about 2 grand. But you can get away with slightly cheaper ones. You actually get tri-specific shoes. Those you're also looking roughly around 2 grand. And then I think most importantly besides the bike is a helmet. You need to have a helmet. Okay, so really important. I would not get a cheapy helmet. It's protecting your noggin. Make sure it's something decent. My one makes me look like Judge Dredd, and this was about 5 grand for my one. You don't need to spend that much obviously, but get a decent one at least. That you're looking anywhere from $1,000 up, I guess. I keep looking down here because this is the list I made. It's all the costs I had to add up. There's so much shit. The trainer I'm on is a Tac X. Also got second hand from a buddy of mine. Costed me $1,000. They range anywhere from $500 up to $20,000, I guess, depending on what your budget is. They do different things. At the end, the core function of it is to cycle indoors, main thing. Okay, but some of them are they actually adjust themselves and they adjust the speeds and all of that stuff by themselves. Those are really cool, but they are going to set you back a pretty penny. They are a little bit more pricey. So just depending on what it is, that will allow you to cycle indoors, which not all of us are as lucky to cycle outdoors all the time. So I would invest in one of those if you really need to pick up your bike training. Next, these will cost you money as well. Supplementation, your little gels, your bars, supplements on the bike. These things you're going to have to buy because you need to fuel. Okay, so depending on what your choice of fuel is, a lot of people take solid food, which is, I guess, is good for them. If it works for them, then that's cool. It'll be a bit cheaper. For me though, I use bars and gels as my main fuel, as well as this is STF, single track fuels. It contains pretty much everything I need. So it's got your carbs, it's got your electrolytes. It'll feed you and fuel you on the bike. So it is quite a decent investment. Those, however, the gels and all of that, depending on how heavy the training is anywhere from about $200 to $300 a month. STF, one tub usually lasts me about 2 months, and that's about $400 a tub. Sorry, I'm lying, about $300 a tub. So I mean that's just your monthly supplementation intake. It's costly, it adds up. And I wasn't kidding when I said this helmet makes me look like Judge Dredd. Check it out. This is Rudy Project's, one of their crazy ass pointy helmets. That it's not necessary to get a helmet like that. However, you do need a decent helmet to protect the melon. Very important. Next thing, I was chatting to everyone about the watch. This is the Polar Vantage V. This set me back, I think it was 10 grand for the watch plus the bundle, which included a heart rate monitor. Also, not necessary to go that big. You can get away with a decent multifunction watch as long as it tracks your heart rate, it tracks your pace, your cadence, so you know where your time is, where your speed and your zones are. Fine. If you have that, you can get away with that. That's fine. That will set you back anywhere from 2 to 6 grand. Okay, and a little bit on racing. So when you're racing, you have to pay a registration fee, and these can be seriously crazy amounts. However, normal local races are kind of cheap. I mean, they're anywhere from 300 bucks upwards. So it's not too bad. However, Ironman branded race, those ones are about 2 grand upwards. Full iron distance, I'm actually looking at about 7 grand. I think it is tier 2. It's 7 grand to register for that race. But not only that, I mean, you still have to travel there. You still have to get accommodation. You need to get your bike there as well. So these prices do add up. However, it's an outstanding race. And you can understand where it comes from though. I mean, the safety, they have to close off roads. They put up these massive signs everywhere. There's goodie bags that you get, that includes a t-shirt, and you get your swimming cap, and it's worth it. It is worth it, as expensive as it is. And if you are racing in a tri-suit, the good thing about it is you use it from your swim, your bike, and your run. It's designed to carry you all the way through your race. And it's got this little chamois, and that's going to help stop the chafing. So it's actually quite good. It dries quick, it's aerodynamic, it's tight as hell. Not very flattering, but it is what it is. So it is an option, not necessary to race in it, but it is a good way to go. Right, and a wetsuit. So this guy over here, I got on special. Look out for the specials. This is the Orca S6. This set me back 1.8. They go up to like 20 grand. I'm just putting it out there. It's going to help a lot, particularly in the race that you're doing. And it keeps you buoyant. Fantastic.
Often there are also times where there's injuries, or you need to look after your body by going to physios and chiros and doctors. These have a particular cost as well. However, it is a very, very necessary cost that I suggest you should pay. It's important.